So today I'm doing something a little bit different. Today I am going to talk about a TV show. I know that sounds very strange, but I recently watched Netflix's Russian Doll and I thought it was really amazing and it had a really deep spiritual psychological meaning. So today I'm going to share with you my thoughts about this TV show and I hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a life coach and law of attraction teacher, and you have found my YouTube channel where I upload 2 new videos for you guys each and every week, all about the art of creating your best life ever. So as I said in the beginning, I am here today to do something a little different. Today we are going to talk about my thoughts about a TV show that is not on the surface spiritual at all. And that TV show is Russian Doll, that was just recently put out on Netflix. And so many people told me about this show, and I don't binge watch everything, but I ended up totally binge watching this, and it was really fast. And it really was one of those shows that I really got into very quickly and I felt an emotional attachment to. But you guys, there's some really deep things happening in this show, and today I want to talk about that. So if you guys haven't seen Russian Doll and you want to see it, this isn't the video for you because I'm probably going to drop a few spoilers. I'm not going to go through this like character by character, scene by scene or anything like that, but I am going to tell you my takeaways, and that means I will reveal some things on accident. So if you are not yet caught up on Russian Doll, if you're planning to watch it, maybe put this video on hold for a while and come back to it later. But if you've watched it and you are curious about my thoughts, then keep on watching. So the first thought I had about this show is that it is such a literal representation of what I talk about all the time. So if you watch this channel for a while, or if you've read my blog for a while, you will know that I'm always talking about the video game analogy. And if you don't know what that is, the video game analogy is this idea that we are all just kind of playing a game in life. And when you get stuck on something in your life, when you can't make a change, when you're feeling like, you know, you just don't know what to do, you're at your wit's end, the thing in your life isn't changing no matter what you do. What I liken that to is being in like an old school like video game, like being in Mario World, and you are going through the level and you keep getting to the same spot and doing the same thing and accidentally jumping off a cliff and dying, right? So you have not changed your strategy. You keep going through the game, doing the same things at the same time over and over and over again, and you're wondering why you're not getting results. So it's so easy to see on a video game why that doesn't work. So when we play Mario World, we don't do that. We try something new. We take a different approach. But in real life, when we get stuck on a level, we think to ourselves, well, this should work. It's gonna work this time. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. And we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, which is why you end up in a same dead-end job, maybe in the same dead-end relationship. You keep meeting the same kinds of people over and over and over again. It's because you aren't changing your strategy. You are taking the same strategy and that is leading to the exact same results. Again, way easier to see it when you're looking at a screen, a lot more difficult to see it when it's happening in your own life. So Russian Doll totally illustrates this purpose. Like, it is sort of like a parallel universe kind of thing. These people get stuck in repeating the same day over and over again, like Groundhog Day style. And of course, they're trying to figure out how to make this stop happening. So every day when things happen, they try a new approach. They go down a different pathway. They do something different. So I want you guys to look at your life like Russian Doll. And if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling like there's a problem, like you can't get around, it is time for you to wake up and do something different. You are not going to get different results from doing the same thing. So every day we are Russian dolling ourselves, and every day you get the chance to try something new, even though things do look different in our reality. So I just want you guys to take this message to heart, because I think this is one of the biggest life hack secrets that so many of us accidentally miss. So if you are feeling, again, stuck, or like there's something in your life that you just can't get around, it is time for you to change your approach, my friend. The second takeaway I got from watching Russian Doll is that trauma is the thing that is ultimately holding us back. So again, here's the spoilers. The characters in Russian Doll ultimately figure out that they are in this world of repeating reality because they have run away from some fundamental trauma. And again, this is such a big real life impact on the way so many of us go through life, because at the end of the day, we have all experienced trauma. We have all had something bad happen to us, usually in our childhood. We all felt neglected, we all felt unloved, we all felt abandoned, we all felt all of these things. And of course, I mean, everybody's life is different. And I mean, I know people have had all kinds of different experiences, from like actual real like child abuse trauma to not actual child abuse trauma, but these things can have a lasting effect on us. And in Russian Doll, dealing with the trauma, meeting the trauma head on, is the way that you get through. So again, this is such a big, important spiritual principle, because so many of us spend so much of our life running away from those negative experiences, right? We are experts at sticking our heads in the sand and pretending things are okay when they aren't. And again, this is going to make you feel trapped. It is going to bring up repeating experiences. It is going to manifest itself as things happen, certain things happening in your life over and over and over again. And those things are going to continue to happen because you never have gone back and dealt with the trauma. So the message in the show is that you need to deal with your trauma in order to surpass it. And that rings true for absolutely all of us. So we all buffer, we all run away, we all pretend things are okay. Maybe you're, it's easy to see how that happens when someone has like an addiction. If they're drinking too much or if they're addicted to drugs, that's definitely running away from some sort of trauma in their life. But it's a lot more difficult to see it when it's something that is more socially acceptable, like playing video games or spending hours and hours online, arguing with people online. Maybe it is completely being addicted to TV and watching hours and hours and hours of TV all the time. Maybe it is even an exercise addiction, a food addiction. There are so many ways we numb our feelings and run away from what's actually going on with us. And this is just my little reminder that we all have a trigger, we all have trauma, and we all have invented a way for us to run away from that trauma. And that trauma is going to continue to rule your life unless you do the work of coming in, healing it, figuring out what it was, and sitting with it. Sitting with that negativity is never as scary as your brain makes it out to be. So I'm not going to get into how to do all that in this video, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that trauma is something that is a major factor in your life and will hold you back unless you do the work about dealing with it. And I think Russian Doll does an excellent job of showing this in a theatrical form. My third and final spiritual takeaway from Russian Doll, the TV show on Netflix. Like I always say, you can find spiritual lessons almost everywhere, but I mean, obviously I think this script was written with these things in mind. But the answer at the end of the day, the answer and the thing that helps these people get through and break through and figure out what they're doing and how to get past it, is helping each other. It's helping each other heal, you guys. Helping each other heal. So community and creating beautiful relationships with other people and being that person that helps somebody hold space, unpack their trauma, and heal, and just being there as a friend, as someone who can say, I love you and I've got your back. That is such an important thing. And us offering that to other people is a beautiful thing that is not really given that much importance in this modern world. Most of the modern age is all about getting yours and sticking it to someone else if they're in your way. that is not the way we're going to create a happy future for ourselves. That is not the way we can find happiness. You can't find happiness when you're backstabbing, throwing someone else under the bus. You can't get there that way. The only way we can get through and heal ourselves and heal the planet is by helping each other. So, I mean, that's the very obvious takeaway, but I think it's important to say, and I think it's a beautiful way to end this trilogy of ideas that I got from watching this TV show. So if you are making it a priority to help your friends, to help your family, then I really suggest that you take on that as a new important thing in your life. We all have something to offer. I know maybe we downplay what we can do because we think we don't know how to help people, but just being there and listening and loving someone and holding space for them is really all you need to do. You don't need to become a counselor. You don't need to figure out the one perfect thing to say to somebody. You just need to have someone's back when they're feeling down, and you need to just let them do what they need to do and just remind them that you were there with unconditional love, showing up and being a support for them. And that is such a beautiful gift that we can all give people in our lives. And I've done some videos before on unconditional love, so if you want to watch those, go back and watch them. But I think unconditional love is one of the true superpowers in our life. So I would invite you to think about this, think about how you can really actively come forward and help the people around you, because again, like I touched on in the beginning, we are all suffering from trauma. We are all suffering from trauma, and we're all running away from our trauma at all times. We're all running away from our negativity, and that is not a way to move past it. That is a way to keep surrendering. That is a way for it to keep power over you for the rest of your life. What we really want to do is work through it, feel the feelings, and move past it. And we can do a way better job of that if we're all holding each other's hands. So I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts. I am always looking for new video ideas for you guys, and I just thought this was a good opportunity to expand on some very basic things I brought from this series. I only watched it the one time, and I know there's like all kinds of layers to it if you watch it again. But yeah, if you haven't watched Russian Doll on Netflix, I recommend you watch it and think about the 3 things I talked about today, and just see how you can start to incorporate those ideas into your everyday life. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please do me a favor and give it a like. If you really like this video, I would love it if you would share it with a friend. Like I've said in the last previous videos, I am really working on expanding my YouTube audience this year, so I really would need your help in doing that. Thank you again for watching. I'll be back here soon in another video. So until then, I'm wishing you the most amazing week ever, and just remember, get ready for the miracle.